some power, pull some strings, level up like a king. Came from the trenches, now we ballin' at the top. Rizzler energy, presidential, watch the ops. Drip too saucy, got the fit, hitting real different. 1600 on the throne, out here looking brilliant. No skibidi, I'm the goat, full sharper than a blade. 4 attacks, make these clowns pay for all the shade. Bustin' moves, no mid, got the game in a choke. Eat the doubt, now my Lexi hitting bitch bespoke. From the Bay to DC, I keep them on their toes. Level up with the blueprint, watch the empire grow. Ghosted all the fakes, now my circle moving 100, yeah, this race is already won. Bet I'm dripping, got the power, vision crystal clear. Thick with ambition, yeah, making history right here. Ops talking wild, but they cannot touch the throne. Posted in the Oval Office, trapping in the zone. Past the hate, got my foot on the gas. I'm bulletproof, yeah, my aura is built to last. Slap with the plan, moving chess, not checkers. Presidential flex, got my game on the necklace. Level up, we taking over the spot. Drip too clean, get it poppin', we ain't gon' never stop. No cap, we lit, yeah. Flow on 1,000, 100, 1,600 vibes. Presidential, we found it, Posted in the Capitol, moving like I own the block. Riz game presidential, got the nation in a lock. Got the Amex, yeah, 100, no facade. Drip celestial, shining brighter than a star. Bet I'm calling shots, got the vision, HD clear. Slap with the moves, turn the dreams into chandeliers. Ops stay lurking, but they folding under all the pressure. 1,600, I'm the one flexing, I'm the new successor. Stacking legacy bricks, every bar's a new crown. Trap soul in the White House, DC is the town. Woke up in the mansion, views from the east wing. Prime presidential, residential, got the poles in the climb. No cap, I'm the vibe, turn the calm in the storm. Got the globe, dropping bombs like I'm reading out a song. Ops trying to glitch, but my code is unbreakable. Skibidi through the storm, legacy unshakable. Rolling through the air, got the city in my grip. Hitting real potent, make the whole world flip. Busting off the charts, got the game in the trance. Drip too wavy, yeah, make you wanna dance. Level up,
ladies and gentlemen, once again.
Over the spot, drip too clean, get it poppin', we ain't gon' never stop. No cap, we lit, yeah, flow on 1,000, 100, 1,600 vibes, presidential, we.
All right, let's get the show started. You know, it's going to be a very short and sweet show. All right, you know what we do on Thursdays and Fridays.
I feel like I'm stuck in a cycle.
Let's go.
It's like I'm stuck in time. It's like I'm cursed. And I can't escape it. It's like deja vu. It's me, Zeus. It's deja vu when I'm writing up these raps. I'm like the Terminator screaming, I'll be back.
Yes,
It's deja vu when I'm out here flying first class. It's like every week I gotta take out the trash. I'm on top of my game, ahead of the class. You can tell that I made it, look at my grass. Cars in the garage with tanks full of gas. I play the game so long,
Yes,
I
happy
won't
Friday.
finish last. Sitting in my living room screaming how we made it. This is how it's supposed to happen when you're rich and famous.
Good morning.
The album really turned me to a maniac.
I guess we go.
Going viral cause my zodiac.
And I've done that.
I got all these numbers on my
Marissa,
spreadsheet.
thank you.
Benjamin
Let's
Franklin
go.
is my bestie. And if they is my ex, that mean they left me. They don't get replies if they text me. I feel with my chest cause I'm ready.
Okay, here we go.
Got a lot of confidence and I'm conceited.
Y'all want to hear a Zeus hater?
Call me the
This
master
is how they all
of the
feel at the
movement.
end of the day. This is how
I'ma
they all
take
feel.
off
Here
this
goes.
spaceship.
I'll tell you what, I haven't gone into Zeus's live in a couple of days.
Yes.
Shit was radical.
Keep it clean.
Very
please.
radical.
It was horrible. I'm like, you've gone. Zeus has gone way off
Oh.
It's like deja vu.
And
It's like deja vu.
and she really believed it when she said that,
It's
dude.
like deja
They
vu.
always do.
It's like deja vu.
Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Christina, wow. Eugene, good morning. Yeah, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we are back at the Thunderdome. I'm your host. I'm your pilot. You know, once again, while we are all here, we got to save this great country of ours from the evil clutches of Donald J. Trump and his legion of MAGA demons, who we all know are hell-bent on destroying this great country of ours. All right, and what that requires is for us to just be brutally honest and call out the BS and lies and misinformation and disinformation, as it continues to flow right out of the White House. And so, before I go in any further, let's take care of some very important housekeeping items. For those of you, this might be your first time tuning in to Big Zeus, and I'll just introduce myself. I go by the name Zeus, or as some like to say, Triple H. Why do they call me Triple H, ladies and gentlemen? Well, it's quite simple. The first H, well, it's because I'm honest. I'm the most honest person on social media, hands down. Maybe a little too honest at times, but you know what? It's necessary at this point. The second H is because I'm humble. Listen, I don't brand myself to be, one that knows everything. Thank you, Kenny. I appreciate that. I don't brand myself as one that knows everything, and I'm a human being, so there's a chance that when I'm talking, I might get it wrong. And listen up, if I get it wrong, I'll be the first to apologize, because I don't think apologizing is a sign of weakness. I actually think it's a sign of strength. All right? And then the last and the final H, ladies and gentlemen, it's probably one of the most important H's out there. It is because I am and will always remain, you've guessed it, the most handsome. Cut it out, Eugene. RC. Now, many of you know exactly what we do. We hold Donald Trump and his supporters, what's left of them, accountable for their dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds as well as their crimes. And we do that by engaging in meaningful dialogue, meaningful conversations. I ask folks, please don't come up on my platform and yelling and cursing and just saying all kinds of things that could possibly, number one, embarrass me in the communities that I frequent, because I got a life outside of TikTok. But then and then on the other side, we also bring actual content into the show so that MAGA has no other choice but to accept what we're saying, because we don't just go around here and operate off of things that make us feel good, And so with that being said, I'll ask very plainly, do I have anyone out there still supporting Donald Trump? Anyone out there still supporting Donald Trump? Please identify yourselves in my comment section. Or, they don't want to admit that they support Donald Trump, so you got to trick them. You got to trick them. How many of you think that the government shutdown is because of the Democrats? How about that? You got to say it You got to say it that way. Do you think the government shutdown is because of the Democrats? Because they know right now, saying that they support Donald Trump is equivalent to basically saying, you know what, I protect P3DOs. All right, and so look at that. I saw TikTok's biggest crybaby. The only life you have. Hold on. The only life you have outside of TikTok is researching Trump. I'll give you that. Tiny tank top, Tim. Does it bother you? Does it bother you that I keep up with Donald Trump and his lies probably more than you do, because I honestly care about this country? If so, do me a favor, Tiny Tank Top Tim. Just go back where you came from, straight to hell. All right, and speaking of that, let me go ahead and say this very plainly, because the doors to the Thunderdome are about to close. If you are a Trump supporter and you don't want to hear truth and you don't want me to ruin your breakfast, lunch, dinner, and everything in between, leave right now, because it's going to get very, very uncomfortable in here. I promise you it will. But get this. You don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
All right, with that, ladies and gentlemen, the doors to the Thunderdome have officially closed, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I take no accountability for who might get hit with these sparks that are going to start flying, because we really get into some very interesting conversations, and I'm going to get to the bottom of whatever it is that's going on. And 9 times out of 10, when you get a Trump supporter in the box, it always starts and ends with Joe Biden, Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, or some Democrat, right? And so I'll just say this to MAGA, because I get so irritated when they do it. If I ask you a simple question, please do not bring up a Democrat to justify why you are saying it's okay for Trump to do it, because at that point, just give me the Democrat that did it. I don't need a watered down version of a Democrat through Donald Trump. No, just give us the Democrat. And what that does tell me is you have no problem with Democrats. So again, stand on your own too. And when we ask you questions about why you personally believe what you believe, focus on just answering it based on that, and don't bring the Democrats in. And that's another huge W, Zeus. Yeah, I know Zelensky is supposed to meet with Donald Trump today. And that's very important because, obviously Donald Trump works for Putin. And so we're going to watch how Donald Trump navigates this situation while still remaining loyal to Putin. All right. And so what I'll do is this. I'm going to go ahead and go through some of the content. Yesterday, I didn't get into content yesterday because I was so busy arguing with a bunch of losers on this app who clearly don't want to just be honest. Zeus, what's your ID? Who cares what my ID is? You're not a law enforcement officer. And even if you were, you're not getting it on my app. All right. You're not going to get it on my show. So, I want to go back to July 4th, 2025. You all remember what happened in Kerr County. And this is going to be just more to my reoccurring theme, all right? When I keep telling you people out here, if you're supporting Donald Trump, I don't really believe you will be around during midterms because Donald Trump is actively doing everything he can to make sure he gets rid of you. And this is just another update. So it finds out FEMA has declined or has denied. Listen to this. They've denied or not advanced most Kerr County aid applications after the deadly 4th of July flood. And so what we'll do is this. I'm going to go ahead and let the information flow out, and then I'll go ahead and say what I need to say. All right, because this is very important. And I'm doing this because I want MAGA to understand. Just like Donald Trump is responsible for the government shutdown, he's also responsible for a lot of you basically taking your last breath on this planet, because once disaster comes your way, he's nowhere to be found because he's so busy making money.
County who applied for federal disaster assistance.
Here goes.
People in Kerr County who applied for federal disaster assistance. A new report shows only 1/5 have been deemed eligible so far.
Wow.
According to our partners at the Texas Tribune, as of October 11th, only 1 in 5 residents have been approved. At least 117 people died in Kerr County when the Guadalupe River swelled and the flooding wiped out hundreds of homes. Less than half the applications have even been reviewed. And those that have, a lot of them were denied over missing responses or technical issues. Advocates tell us that spotty cell service and online-only forms have made it difficult for flood victims to get the help they need.
Boom, 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 boom. So what I'm going to say is this, MAGA. Do you understand that Donald Trump doesn't even care about you, even after a natural disaster hits your area? And they all voted for Donald Trump. All right. And so there has to be some sort of consequence for being a Trump supporter in 2025, knowing that this man is the most unqualified person to ever. Actually, he's a criminal, too. He's just a flat out criminal. And when you vote for a criminal, you can't be surprised when God's judgment is upon you. It creeps up on you like a thief in the night. Right. And so what I'll do is this. We're going to go ahead and say this. Texas, I know there's a lot of great people out there, but I understand there's a strong, demonic, evil force still upon folks out there. And they're so busy, they're so easily manipulated, their heads are so far up Donald Trump's rear end that they don't even see this guy's trying to destroy them. As long as they can hate on the Democrats, they are okay with these natural disasters destroying them, right? Y'all don't care about your lives. So why should I? Ladies and gentlemen, these people don't care about their lives. So what we're going to do is go ahead and take care of business. Let's go ahead and warm up the lake of fire. Am I right? Thank you. Thank you. He's not even helping you after a natural disaster. And the government is still closed. And you're still blaming the Democrat because your head's too far up his butt. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending these demons where they belong. Straight to hell. Wow, yeah.
Silence, you MAGA Dayton.
You think I'm a natural disaster? You think Trump is great? Well, listen up. I got more information to talk to you about. Well, this came to this came up yesterday, ladies and gentlemen. Do y'all know who this is? New York Times did this. Do y'all know who this is? Do you know who this is? Admiral Alvin Holsley. Do you know who this is? Does MAGA know who this brother is? What happened yesterday, MAGA? Does anybody know what happened to this man, this brother yesterday? He served our country 37 long years. They say him stepping down. This is unprecedented. This has really never happened in the United States of America's history. And he is stepping down. And so let's get this on the record. And there's a moral to this story, ladies and gentlemen. All right. And there's a moral to this, but I'll give you the information about what's going on.
Secretary of Defense is announcing a top military commander who is in charge of the U.S. Southern Command is retiring now unexpectedly.
Wow.
Remember, this is the region, of course, where those escalating attacks against boats in the Caribbean, those boats off the coast of Venezuela that the Trump administration has said have narco-terrorists on board. Yeah. We're just getting in a statement here from the Admiral, writing in part, "It's been an honor to serve our nation, the American people, and to support and defend the Constitution for more than 37 years. Secretary Hegseth says Admiral Alvin Halsey will retire at the end of this year. It's not clear why it's happening now, but it's coming, of course, as the president is stepping up that military campaign in the Caribbean, not just on the boat strikes you're seeing here, but as we reported right here last night with those authorization of the CIA operation inside Venezuela.
Okay. He's stepping down. They're doing, Donald Trump says he deserves a Nobel Peace Prize. Are you kidding me? No, Donald Trump doesn't deserve that, because when I heard this story, ladies and gentlemen, and this is, he's dealing with what's going on in the Caribbean right now, where they're doing these military strikes. This guy he knows what's going on inside of the military. And I've been saying it for a while. Even Fox News, they put it on their show one time, Jesse Waters, they put the video up there. Oh, Zeus is saying Donald Trump is committing war crimes. Well, yeah, you just can't go around doing military strikes against innocent civilians. Oh, well, we did it because they were bringing rugs in the country, and one boat does so much harm to the people in America, so we took out that boat. Basically, how do you know what's in the boat? How do you know what's in the boat? Well, it looks suspicious. Where did we hear that from? All right, where do we?
Open borders.
Right here. This is where we heard it from.
With people pouring in, some of whom, I won't get into it, but you can look at them and you can say, could be trouble. Yeah. Could be trouble.
And so you look at them and then you just assume that the boat is basically full of trouble, and you just unalive innocent people. And so there's information out there now, ladies and gentlemen. You could go look this up. And I believe this may be one of the reasons. I mean, there's so many reasons you should, basically, if you work for the Trump administration, there's thousands of reasons why you should get out. But they're saying the United States, and they use the word murdered, but I can't say it because it's TikTok, but you know what it means. Criminally eliminated somebody. All right. 2 men from Trinidad and Tobago yesterday in a U.S. strike on a boat in the Caribbean Sea during a fake anti-rug military operation against Venezuela. So what they're saying is, and I believe more stories like this will come out, the United States is just unaliving innocent people through our military. Think about that.
Were killed in the latest U.S.
Hold on.
2 men believed to be Trinbagonians were killed in the latest U.S. drone strike of Venezuelan waters. And now Alas Cuevas' family is demanding answers.
They say Chad Joseph wasn't a trafficker, just a young man trying to come home. Jensen Levent went to the fishing village to speak with the family.
He wasn't a trafficker, just a young man out there trying to fish. How did we get to this place as a nation? And again, they do this stuff in the name of Jesus. The Jesus Christ in the Bible. If you read the Bible, Jesus wasn't doing anything like this. Sasha, you wrote "Thank God for President Trump"? Wow, Sasha. You want to come up here and tell us why you're thanking God? And come on up here, Sasha, because I would hate to think you've tripped, fell, stumbled, and ended up in my platform with this nonsense, Sasha. You don't want to come up here. I'll ask the mods. Please get rid of that demon. Thank you, little Hakashi. Sasha is okay. She's okay with unaliving innocent people, children, but then she'll be the first one on TikTok. I'm assuming it's a she. And she'll be the first one on TikTok getting upset at Antifa. Oh, what a disgrace.
Like most of the men gathered here at the Las Cuevas fishing depot, Chad Joseph was a fisherman. Both his relatives and residents are denying strenuously that he was involved in drug trafficking. They say his killing was unjust.
When Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar said the United States should kill alleged drug dealers violently, no citizen was listed among the dead. On the U.S.'s 5th airstrike, Trinidadians Chad Joseph and another man identified only as Samaru were among 6 people killed on Tuesday.
Wow, his name's Chad Joseph. fishermen. The Bible talks about Jesus, follow Jesus and I'll make you, he'll say, follow me and I'll make you fishers of men. And the parallels are just so crystal clear that these people working for Donald Trump are in nothing but straight demons of the highest order, legions. All right. And I see them getting triggered in my comment section because I'm exposing them for what they are. A bunch of liars, a bunch of seditionists, treasonous traitors, a bunch of un-American, unpatriotic losers like you've never seen them before, who get off. His name's Chad Joseph, trying to feed his family. This man hasn't even made it past 30 years old, and y'all are out here openly cheering on Donald Trump, unaliving him. And this is probably why Holsley, he said, I can't do this. I can't in good conscience be a part of operations that because he can't say it, but I can tell this probably weighed heavily on him, because 37 years, you just don't throw that away. He probably said to himself, I just can't in good faith go home to my family and really tell them that I think I'm doing the right thing. So I got to go ahead and hang this up. And so what that tells me, ladies and gentlemen, is it's as bad as I initially thought. Donald Trump is the most lawless, inhumane war criminal I've ever thought would ever be allowed to run this country. But that's what he is, him and Pete Kegsbreath, all of them. And that'll be the next part of my show. So what I'll do is this, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and warm the lake of fire up once again. We got people in the audience right now. Thank God for President Trump. And it's the same person over and over coming in with a backup account. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending all of those who continue to say thank God for President Trump. Join me in sending them to be with their God in hell.
Silence, you MAGA daily.
Yeah. And you know what makes it even easier? It's just, you just keep on doing that in the comment section, and we'll take care of you. Hey, mods, when they write that thank God nonsense in the chat, just go ahead. We don't even need to entertain that, because it's always W Zeus. You can put W Zeus. But when you do that nonsense, no, I don't want to see anyone desecrating the country and desecrating God like that, because I don't know what God you're talking about, all right? Now, what that brings me to is this, ladies and gentlemen, because I bring that up to make sure you understand, number one, Donald Trump could care less who you are. But if you are working for Donald Trump, you know what? You know what I say? It might be a good time to leave the Trump administration. And so what I'll do is this. Let me go ahead and give you some words of advice from a good man. Let's see. And then what I'll do is this. We'll put this guy up here. How many of you know who he is? Michael Bolton. All right. I'll let Governor J.D. Pritzker say what I think needs to be said, and then we'll go ahead from there.
The people who serve for the president, including all the way down to ICE agents, can be held accountable when there's a change of administration who's willing to hold them accountable when they break the law. Now, Stephen Miller is clearly ordering people to break the law. So, he should know that, it may be 3 years from now that he is held accountable, but make sure, I think it's important for them to know that whatever they do now, it's not like we're going to forget, and it's not like we don't have a record of what they're doing. So, that is why I mentioned Stephen Miller. That's why I mentioned other people, Tom Homan and Gregory Bavino, who's the CBP leader on the ground, the one who executed their orders in Los Angeles, which was, they did an awful job in Los Angeles and created all kinds of mayhem on the ground. Now he's doing it in Chicago. And so all these people need to recognize that, you may have immunity because Donald Trump's willing to pardon anybody that's carrying out his unlawful orders, but you're not going to have it under another administration.
Thank you. And so let's just get this out there. So John Bolton, and I'm following this thing, and I'm laughing a little bit because, I don't care. I know what happened. And I say this because I know what John Bolton did. What they're saying he did, he used AOL emails and he kept notes in there. It was classified. You got to understand, all right? You got to understand why he did it. All right, you work for Donald Trump. You know, you go there, you work. Oh, Donald Trump is going to always give me cover. Donald Trump's going to give me cover. That's just, that's the mindset. I can leave notes and classified documents anywhere because Donald Trump, he'll never do anything. He already told me he'll give me a pardon. And so this is what he did. And you got to imagine right now, you got Stephen Miller, Whiskey Leaks Pete. We already caught him with the signal. You got Attorney General Pam Bondi. You got Kash Patel. They're all operating just like John Bolton was. He was Donald Trump's former national security advisor. Marco Rubio. They're all doing the same thing. Openly breaking the law. And then January 6th, the best gift to America ever. Okay, everybody who works and comes into contact with Donald Trump, at a certain point, there's really only two outcomes. Really. Unalivement, all right. Remember Herman Cain? Remember these people who went to his rallies and stuff like that? Those are staged events, by the way. Or you're going to get jail. And that's why I've always said the ultimate MAGA reward is jail. And I haven't even said this in a while. The ultimate MAGA reward is jail. And if you don't get your soul right, hell, right? Hulk Hogan, CK. Yeah, name them. You're going to jail or you're going to hell. This man, Donald Trump, if you ever needed proof that the devil was real, just look at Donald Trump. You can't make up this stuff this man is doing. There's an outbreak going on right now. South Carolina, measles outbreak. What? Why is there measles outbreaks? Oh, because our dear leader has tricked us, just like the devil, into not getting vaccinated. Oh yeah, he got us hitting the body with light. He got us taking ivermectin, injecting with disinfectant. Don't even take Tylenol. I mean, he is doing an outstanding job convincing you supporters to just basically throw your lives away for him. You're sending him your money. And I haven't even gotten into the economy. And so Michael Bolton. I keep getting it. No, John Bolton, I'm sorry. John Bolton, he lived as though he could never be prosecuted at one moment in the Trump orbit, right? He lived this way. And so let's listen to how, when you work for Donald Trump, and you just do all the things Donald Trump says, just listen to how your life ends up. This is just one of thousands of examples, all right?
Advisor John Bolton, indicted by a federal grand jury on 18 felony counts for alleged illegal transmission and retention of classified information.
18 felony counts. You got to think to yourself, ladies and gentlemen. At one moment, he thought he could never get in trouble for this. At one moment, when he was working for Donald Trump, just like, there was Michael Cohen. I've interacted with Michael Cohen too. They all thought, because I'm working for Donald Trump, nothing could ever happen to me. Stephen Miller, Pete, I want y'all to understand, every dog has its day, and we're watching you break the law. And if he got 18 felonies, and I didn't even see him doing it, what you think y'all gonna get?
Third time in 3 weeks, the Justice Department has pursued criminal charges against one of President Trump's political enemies.
I think he's, a bad person. I think he's a bad guy. Yeah, he's a bad guy.
That's Donald Trump right here, ladies and gentlemen. Let me go back to this right here. This guy. That's Donald Trump talking about you, Stephen Miller. That's Donald Trump talking about you, Pete, Whiskey Pete. Eventually, Donald Trump is going to be saying these exact words about you, Kash Patel, Pam Bondi, and all of you Trump supporters out there, especially you J6ers. The man ain't loyal at all to anyone. Ask all three of his wives. That's a W Zeus. Oh, it's not important? It's not important now. All of a sudden, I'm calling out your dear leader for not being actually a man of character, and it's not important. It's so important you voted for him. Huh? That's another W Zeus with your sick behinds.
Too bad, but that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes, right?
Bolton indicted for allegedly emailing more than 1,000 pages of information about his activities as national security advisor.
Emails. Where? You didn't even get Hillary Clinton on the emails, but he's getting his own people on emails. MAGA, MAGA got to be the most ignorant group of people. Yes, the most ignorant group of people ever to have. I would rather deal with a Neanderthal at this point because MAGA's ignorance. It's outstanding. These people will literally dig a grave, and all you gotta say is we're throwing a bunch of Democrats in there, right? And then once they get done digging the grave, you know what you say? I was kidding. I meant to throw you in. Now jump in. And you know what these demons will do? They'll jump right in because they're so ignorant. Wow. Ignorant. Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom, do you understand Trump would incarcerate you in a heartbeat and he would probably let me walk free? Yeah, you've done so much for him. You're like Mike Johnson, Tiny Tank Top Tim. Let me find the photo of it. Let me find the photo. This is how I look at every Trump supporter. Whoever did this photo, honestly, I was going to say you deserve an Academy Award for whatever. Let me see if I can get this photo up here, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. There you go, right there. There you go, right there. There you go. Every Trump supporter right here. Somebody asked me, why is his mouth covered with orange? Anyone know why his mouth is covered with orange? Because we got to break it down for these simple-minded folks. Does anyone have any clue why his mouth is covered in orange Cheeto dust? I can. Typical. Yeah. And I say, yeah, from kissing his butt. Yeah, putting it all in that dirty, disgusting diaper. And so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, listen up. I know I'm running short on time, and it is now time to engage in meaningful dialogue. A lot of you know where I stand on all critical issues right now, but it is now time to open up the audience, open up the box, and talk to those of you who are brave enough to get in the box. I don't want to see Mike Johnson with the Cheeto dust, all right? Seriously. So what we'll do is we'll go back to the demon himself. It's now time to open up the box and bring up those of you who are willing to be honest and accountable. And you know how I started. I like to go ahead and get the Trump voters to get up in here first and get them to give us the honest answers. All right? Yeah. So do you have any Trump voters? Where are my critics at? Where are my detractors? Who are those folks that were saying, I love Donald Trump? Where are they at? Where are they at? Because I want to make sure I at least get to interact with you before I get up out of here. All right? Let's see, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. They're scared? Yeah, they should be. They should be scared right now because, and I'm not going to stop saying it right now, it's been brought to my attention that Donald Trump has not brought our grocery prices down, right? And there's thousands of these videos all over the internet right now. I've seen an amazing video. Whoever this was, they were a genius. They took a picture of the price of groceries when Donald Trump was sworn in. And then they went and showed us what the prices of those groceries are now. Grocery prices are up over 25% in some cases, 19%. And you're sitting there going, how is Donald Trump getting away with lying to his base about making the economy, actually more affordable? All Democrats are ignorant. Wayne, there you go. Wayne, come on up here. Wayne. See, I knew. I hope Wayne is brave enough to get in the box, and this won't take long. I had an interaction with Dame yesterday, and I was just listening to Dame, and I thought about what Dame said, and I said, at a certain point, it's going to be a sad day in Blaggaville. I call it Blaggaville, where black folks who support Donald Trump live, because they are so busy hating on those less fortunate. All right, and they're just so blind. Uh-oh, how's my device heating up? That's interesting. Wayne is never going to get in the box. Wayne, I sent you an invite. Uh-oh, who do we got right here? Wild card. I don't know why it says my device is heating up. Interesting. Good morning, Wild card. Was that an accident?
I don't get on here very often. I think the good Lord God speeded me up to you because I wanted to mention that, when he went down to the Capitol and he told everybody to march down there and we were going to fight, every one of those people were in prison for how long? Did they got arrested? I mean, he didn't bail them out right away. He left them in there for how long? I don't even know. So this is another way that Trump throws people under the bus. He left them in there
as long as they were... Huh?
I don't even know how long they were literally in there, but they were in there for quite a while, and I don't see him coming to their rescue. And what he did to Michael Cohen really disappointed me because these people think that they're free and clear, like you said. Even the ICE people think that they're free and clear. But when all this settles down, I don't know if this is true, but did you hear about the cartel supposedly putting a HIT on ICE. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I've heard about it. I've heard about it. Yeah.
I just think,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know if that's true,
And what
but
does
if it
that tell
is,
you, though, right?
well, I guess everybody's getting sick of them, and I
Yeah,
just
it's
tell
true.
everybody,
I think there's a
I
delay.
don't,
I think there's a delay between us.
yeah, there might be a little bit. It's going on. I don't know, but I'm just happy to say if that's true, I'm going to be standing on the sidelines clapping when ICE, melts.
Yeah. I gotta give it. So let me ask you this: why do you think people in America are resoundingly rejecting ICE so badly, right? Because I've never seen ICE catch so much, basically hate. Hell, what's going on in your opinion?
I think that ICE has worn out their welcome. I think they're just taking people now that are going to be voters. I think that they want to start collecting, regular voters that are against Trump. So when the midterms come, they won't be able to vote. They'll be incarcerated. So I think this is where everybody needs a stun pew pew. Everybody. And when those people attack, I think we need to touch their necks with it and let them kind of like zap out so the people can get away.
Wow. I mean, I personally don't got the energy for that, and I don't recommend anybody do that. We got to be nonviolent here. But I understand your sentiment, to be honest with you. And that's why I say, when you got to wear a mask, and I'm going to say this, we're almost close to Halloween. There's really only two reasons you wear a mask, right, Wild Card? You wear a mask because, number one, it's Halloween time, right? And you're being festive. The other side is it's a health issue, right? Like what we experienced with C-19. Outside of that, you're only wearing a mask to commit crimes, right?
Absolutely. That's exactly what they're doing. They're afraid to show their face.
Bingo, bingo. And so we call them our criminals with badges, all right? And you know what? I say, just like J.B. Pritzker said, you know what? Just keep on committing those crimes on behalf of Donald Trump, because you know what? 3 years, when you think about it in the grand scheme of things, isn't that much time. And once this administration is done with, I expect to see a lot of people going to jail. I expect to see a lot of these folks. So, ICE gives you a $50,000 sign up bonus, right? But what's $50,000 when you got to spend the rest of your life behind bars, right? They can't think that far. Wild card.
Yeah, you're right. Well, I definitely want to say that there's a lot of people believing in conspiracy theories. I just saw on there yesterday, I got on the live because I can't believe it. They were saying that taking the C-19 vaccine was going to be the mark of the beast. I'm like, are you kidding? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And they actually got so mad at me. I was only on there for maybe 30 seconds and they blew me out. They wouldn't let me stay in the room. But I mean, this is where the mentality, these are probably Trump supporters because they don't even have a clue, so I don't know. Lots of crazies out there.
Yeah. The real mark is, and someone put it out there, the red hat. That's the biggest mark of the beast I've ever seen. And you see it, and you go, you got to be the most ignorant people on the earth. Even a Neanderthal, right? Even a Neanderthal would not even wear that red hat. You got a violation. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I don't know why you got, Dame, you think this is funny, bro? I've been cooking you all week, and I'm going to stay riding you, Dame. Not like that, but in other words, I'm going to keep putting pressure where pressure's needed, because you know what they say, too much pressure makes the pipes burst. I know it's troubling to you, young man, and I'll say young man because it's not so much your real age, just where your mind is at. It's very troubling to you to understand, like, wow, I may have, because this is where he's at, I'm starting to realize I've been manipulated seriously by wherever I'm at into believing this nonsense. Oh yeah, okay. Let's see, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. Go ahead, brother Swerve. Hold on. Are you there, Swerve? Are you there? Hold on. Are you there?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
All right. Yes, go. I'm gonna let the dog out. Hold on.
Okay, brother. So, first of all, I want to say thank you to the folks out in the kingdom. I got some great news from my doctors yesterday. I do not have cancer. I underwent some extensive testing a couple weeks ago, and all those results came back. So I do not have cancer. And I know a lot of folks in the kingdom gave me some well wishes and thoughts and prayers, and I appreciated that.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you all very much. But what I look at, I was in here listening yesterday when Dane came up, and
you got some words for him?
The sheer ignorance. No, I don't want to talk to him. I don't need to raise my blood pressure. But just the sheer ignorance of people like him who are out there tap dancing for white supremacy. But we need to do this in our communities. But Dame can't tell us one thing that he's doing out there in his communities. He's not out there. I don't know what mentoring programs, but you know what? I didn't really come here to talk about Dame because I don't believe in making the irrelevant relevant. What I do believe in is numbers and stats. So for the past few weeks, I'd say going on 5 weeks now, I have been tracking stats on my own live. As of yesterday, Zeus, 255 guest invites have been sent to MAGA. Out of that 255 guest invites that I've sent out personally, only one has actually accepted. So they like to come into our lives and they like to sit here and spew their hateful garbage and rhetoric from the cheap seats, and they'll never come up to the panel. And then when they get cooked and they get dropped down, they go, see, I won. You didn't win nothing. And like you mentioned a few moments ago, Zeus, the grocery prices in this country are going up. Beef sales are stagnant. In fact, beef sales in this country have dropped. I did a whole live on it with things that they don't believe in, like numbers.
And the grocery prices, Brother Swerve, I'll be honest with you, it's probably the biggest problem I have with Donald Trump right now, next to the utility bills. And it's the economy, to be honest with you. I mean, when you sit back here, because your money is your way of taking care of yourself. That's like life or death, right?
Absolutely.
And when people actively figure out ways to get money out of you, then they're going after your life. So that's I didn't want to cut you off, but it's a direct attack on our life.
Look at it from this perspective, Zeus. It's like your song says, drill, baby, drill. The drill, baby, drill was supposed to lower our grocery prices. It was supposed to lower our cost of utilities. Now, I'm a single guy. I live alone in a very small house. And every week, AEP sends me a weekly breakdown of my electrical usage. How can my electrical usage be down 600 kilowatt hours this week as of 9 o'clock this morning, but my electric bill is $10 higher than it was last month? And it's been down, my electrical usage has been down at least 500 to 700 kilowatt hours every single week of this month so far. But how was my electric bill $10 higher? It doesn't make any sense. So everything that he said, the only thing that he's doing what he said he was going to do was this deportation. And then people try to make the comparison. They say, well, Obama got rid of more in 8 years legally, didn't separate families, didn't rip them apart.
Wow.
And then when President Biden took over, they sit here and they talking about, well, we got 300,000 children missing.
Crazy.
What they won't say is how it started out with 19,000 under Donald Trump in 2018 or 2019. They told him it was going on, and he did nothing about it. And these were people that had moved, phone numbers had changed, and they didn't stay on top of it. So now they just want to come up here and go, oh, we got 300,000 kids. Like 300,000 kids just went missing from this country, and nobody noticed. Right? And the numbers grew exponentially. But they won't go and read about that.
Yeah.
See, if you have the ability to read and use common sense and critical thinking skills and interpret information, which they don't, they will sit there and they will blame everybody but Trump. And like my father always told me, when you point your finger at something, there's going to be 3 pointed back at you.
Yep.
They completely ignore those 3 pointed right back at them.
Yeah.
And that is just sad. Yeah. And people like Dame and Angus and all the Russian Bears and Jam and Lou, I'll call every single one of them out because they'll never come to my live.
Yeah. And you know what's so funny? You brought up Jam and Lou. He thought he was going to get invited to the White House Hispanic Heritage Month. You heard about this? He put video crying, Donald Trump is going to invite me to Hispanic Heritage Month. Trump closed the government down on his behind, and he still supports Trump.
Yeah, and he's still sitting out there in the cold. Like this is a man who sits there and claims that he loves his community, right? Yet he goes to the RNC and gets racially profiled himself by the very people he's sitting there tap dancing for, and then goes and votes for the very people who said, I'm going to take your culture and eradicate it from the United States. Oh, well, that sounds like a good idea to me, fam. Let's go ahead and do that. I wonder what he's doing with all those FJB hats. I wonder how much money he's wasted on those. You know, this is the ignorance of people in this country. And I'll land with this, Zeus, and drop down. I want people to be very cautious when they start asking, like, how did we get here? We got here because of them. Okay, it's a they problem. They are the ones that voted for the racism, the misogyny, the bigotry, and the hatred. They are the ones who would listen to people like yourself and myself in our lives for the past years as we went through Project 25, Agenda 47, talking about the Heritage Foundation, telling people what words meant, breaking down numbers, getting actual sources and statistics, bringing receipts. That's what we did. They ignored us, and they walked their happy little behinds into their voting booth. They did what they did, and now they are the ones suffering, like the farmers that voted for Donald Trump 3 times. The Latinos who are posting videos of, I didn't think this would happen to me. I thought I was protected because I voted for him. No, that is what they did. We, unfortunately, all have to suffer for it. We, people like yourself and myself, Zeus, and a lot of the folks down in the kingdom, in the chat there, we are the ones that have to suffer behind it. But they are the ones that caused it. Now, if that caused division, I'm sorry. But no one has caused more division in this country than the very person that they sat there and voted for.
This guy right here who's barely alive. This guy right here who's barely alive because his blood pressure and clotting and all that stuff.
Exactly.
But he's getting injected with the vaccines and the C-19 thing too, right?
Sitting there looking like a bloated crypt keeper.
Yeah.
But but anywho, brother, listen, again, I just wanted to say thank you to the folks in the kingdom for the well wishes and the prayers that they sent. Like I said, I don't have pancreatic cancer, and I was very thankful to get that news yesterday. So thank you to you folks down in the kingdom. I appreciate you. I love y'all. And with that being said, brother, go ahead and drop down. You all, to all of you beautiful, tiny people living on my telephone, you all be well. You all be safe, and doggone it, have fun while you do it. Thanks again, Zeus. I appreciate you, brother. Have a great weekend.
All right. You too. All right. Yeah, we're down to the wire, ladies and gentlemen. And I'll say this real quickly. Scott, I saw you in my comment section. You and we talked earlier this week. You know, you were telling me you were locked into a 7-year arrangement with your healthcare provider, DataGo. Remember that, Scott? And I just want you to know, after that discussion, brother, I did contact DataGo. And I was very, very disappointed. Turns out they put you on hold forever, right? So you know that's a bad sign when you're calling your health insurance provider. And then they were like, there's a chance it might go up, but we need your member ID number. So Scott, I need you to get in the box when you get a chance to pull that whatever truck you're in over, and let's get that member number together. And what we'll do is we'll call DataGo together, because I just don't think you understand the gravity of what's really going on. All right. Everybody, your healthcare costs, they're going to go through the roof right now. And the reason the Democrats are basically making it an issue right now is because a lot of innocent Americans are going to be harmed. And I'm just concerned you still might be under the MAGA spell, the MAGA demon spell, where you think you might be the special one, all right? And I'm just saying that out of serious concern for you, brother, all right? And so we'll move it on. And you don't need to be mad at Brother Swerve for being honest with you, all right? Oh, there he is, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah, come on up here. This is the guy right here. This is the one right here, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, Zeus, morning, man. I already called my health provider yesterday and talked to them. Mine is not part. My plan is not part of the ACA. I asked that question personally. I have private insurance. I have comprehensive insurance. Mine is private health care, no ACA funded. I asked just to make sure, because I was nervous too. I talked to them yesterday. I called the number on my card.
What was their name?
I don't need to give you their name. I called my number on my card.
Well, how do I validate this? Okay, how do I validate this? How long did it take you to get through?
About 45 seconds. I pushed the number I needed, and somebody answered it within 60 seconds. I was on the phone.
No.
Yeah.
Scott, I
My-
know it. I'll tell you how I know it, because I actually called them, and it took me.
And my health insurance
so long.
is not Dedigo. My health insurance is First Health. I told you, it's not Dedigo.
Oh, it's not Dedigo. Wow.
No,
Oh my
it's
gosh.
not.
Okay. Remember he said it was Aetna? Jeez, bro. So who is it?
Yeah, you can boo all you want.
No, Scott, listen, Scott. I called Dedigo, so I didn't call who you called. So maybe that's the issue. So I'm glad you cleared it up. Who did you say it was this time?
My insurance card says First Health on it. It has a Dedigo Health on it. They are the provider of paying the things. I asked the questions you and Val asked me to ask. And I am 100% covered. Mine is not ACA funded. I already checked. I have personal insurance because I asked. I said, I was on somebody's live, and they said that, that you all don't pay the claims. You all deny people claims. You got a bad business, BB rating. And he says that is not true. You have private insurance. You are not in the ACA at all.
What number
Mine
did
is not
you call?
ACA funded. I called the number on my
What
card.
number did you call?
An
Just tell me the
866
phone
number.
and then I'll.
Hang on. I can't tell you
give me the whole
without looking.
number.
It's an
Give me the
866
whole-
number.
Just hurry up, because I got to move on. But I'm going to do what I got to do. All right. I really want to get to the bottom of this, seriously. So if you could give us the number real quick, you don't got to give us your personal information. I truly, truly appreciate it. Then I'll move on. All right, because I don't want to make you look like a bad person.
I had
What's the
private health
number?
insurance. I already called. What number?
What? The number you said you called that they told you this, that First Health Dedigo. It's an 866 number, right?
It's an 866 number. Yep.
What's the rest of it?
I can't. I'm trying to work here, so.
Okay. All right.
It is.
Scott, I'll give you a follow up, and then you send that information to me. I gotta move it on. All right, because I'm gonna get.
Oh
to
no,
the bottom
never
of
mind.
this,
Oh
Scott.
no, never mind. Never mind, Zeus. It is not an 866 number. It's a 732 number. Mine's a 732 number on the back. It says contact information, benefit eligibility.
Woo! Man, I can't get you to give me straight answers. As soon as I start drilling down. So what's the number?
You can Google 866.
What's the number?
There's one of them too. 732-876-8733.
732-876-8733.
Yep. Well, like I said, I asked the questions you guys wanted me
That's
to
the number.
ask.
I got it. All right.
And I am not funded. Mine is not funded with no
and I'm
ACA.
going, there you go. Thank you. Okay,
No ACA
fair enough. All right, listen
at
up, brother
all.
Scott. I
None.
appreciate that because. Okay.
I have
All right, and so what
comprehensive
I'll do is,
insurance.
now that I know
This
the real,
is comprehensive benefits. Private health insurance.
Okay,
comprehensive.
Okay, you have Okay. Does that include dental?
It includes dental. It includes dental,
Medical,
all major
dental
surgeries,
vision.
all dental vision.
Vision?
Yeah.
okay.
Yep. Vision. Yep.
Okay. All right. Listen, I'll take your words, Scott, and then I'll get back to you. All right. What I'll do is I'll continue to move on. And,
You give me a follow, and I'll send you.
I just did.
Okay, good. Well, that's good. I'll private message
because
you
what
a
I'll do.
picture of my policy at home.
Okay, text it to me. Yeah, we'll get to the bottom of this, and I appreciate that, Scott. Because if you're one of the people out here who still supports Donald Trump and you're safe, you know what? I guess that is what it is. But a lot of people don't have the same
Did I tell
story.
you I supported it? Did I tell you I supported him? What did I tell you the other day? I said the guy is losing his mind and done a lot of stupid shit. Did I not?
Oh, keep
Sorry.
it clean
Stupid
now.
crap. Sorry.
Okay, but you
Crap.
voted for him. You voted for him, correct?
Hey, everybody makes mistakes, do we not? People regret what they do they not?
Yes, but you did. But you voted for him. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, and so I want to say this. I didn't ask you.
I voted
Why-
in 2020. I voted in 2020.
Let me ask this. Let me ask
I
this.
didn't
What
vote
do,
the Slack election.
what do you say to the black people out here still worshiping Donald Trump that haven't gotten to where you're at? What do you say to them, Scott? I'll know if you're being real right now based on this answer. What do you say to them?
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
Say there's a black person I know that's still supporting Donald Trump's got worshiping him, and you now say you don't support him. You don't do it. You said everybody makes a mistake, so that tells me you're done with Donald Trump, right? Right?
Oh, I didn't say that. I just said people make mistakes.
So you're not done with Donald Trump. You're still on the Trump train.
Am I? I didn't say that either.
Okay, Scott. Where
there's a lot of issues that need to be cleaned up. A lot of issues need to be cleaned up.
Scott, we're men. Scott, we're men of stature. All right, men operate on principle. I need to know where you stand right now. Are you on the Trump train or off?
Right now, I'm disappointed with what's going on.
Oh, so you're still sitting on the Trump train, but you're upset.
Very upset at things, certain shit. Yes.
So, but you're still allowing him to drive you right off of a cliff, Scott.
We have no choice. You cannot get him out of office. He's already there, right?
Okay.
What are you going to do to get him out of there?
Okay. All right. Now,
you can't.
Okay, Scott. So, Scott,
they can't impeach him.
Scott, you always have a choice. You can get off of the train. I've spoken to several people who are no longer on the Trump train. You're still on it, but you're pouting. You're throwing a temper tantrum. How immature that you can't be an adult, Scott, and at least have enough common sense to say, you know what, I'm done with this ride and I need to protect democracy. And if I end up getting hurt or injured in the process, so be it. But I will not go off the cliff with Donald Trump. You can't do that, bro. So send me the information you said you would send me, and then I'm going to take care of you, all right? I'm going to send you back where you came from. I've never met somebody who knows their life is in danger and just says, well, I'm going to buckle up and keep going in the direction of danger.
My life ain't danger. I ain't getting threatened. What are you talking about?
Okay, so I just told you your grocery prices are going up. When people,
the cost of living goes up, it is what it is. I'm making my bills meet.
No,
buckle up your bootstraps and start getting another job if you need to.
And the business
buckle
you're
up
in,
your bootstraps.
Scott, in the business you're in, you told me last time the tariffs are harming the industry. You told me this.
And the stuff is starting to come back. We are starting to make money again, so I don't know what's going on. The freight rates are coming back up.
So are you back to where you were under Biden yet?
No, we're almost back. We're almost back to 2018 rates. Yes.
Oh, okay. No, Scott, you're not. Okay, we don't. So you think it's acceptable for me to take from you and then give you back a little bit of what I took, and then you go, "Oh, you must really love me, Scott. You got to be really, you really love being abused." And this is sick stuff you've got. And I'm going to also recommend you get a therapist. Does your medical insurance cover therapy?
Yep, and it covers everything. Okay. It's comprehensive.
Okay, okay. I need you, and I'm going to double check this. I need you to get help because this is some sick stuff you're doing. You're glutton for punishment.
I ain't getting no help for nothing. I'm 60 years old and I don't need no help. I've lived my life this long. I'm good.
A leopard.
I ain't out here trying to divide people like everybody else is. We all need to deal with it. You have less than 3 years left of him, and he's out of office. Then you all can stop whining about the next Republican.
Scott, I've heard enough.
We all got 3 years left of this shit, and there's nothing we can do.
Scott, I've heard enough. Yeah. Get a therapist on the phone as soon as possible because I think we need to look. No. You do. You don't value your life. All right, and we need to put you on what they call suicide watch. You know what that is? Because I can tell right now you don't love yourself at all. So what I'll do is this, Scott.
My life ain't changed.
You come on back, Scott. You come on back, and I got what I needed.
You turn up your lake of fire, I'm gonna laugh. I'll laugh. Lake of fire. Yeah.
Make you laugh. Same thing, make you laugh. Same thing, make you laugh, make you cry.
Silence, you MAGA Damon.
Lord have mercy. And that's another huge W. Zeus. Well, listen up, ladies and gentlemen. Honestly, Big Zeus has to go. I have to get up out of here. Don't worry. I know. We were sticking and moving. Dame, I wanted to engage, but I do got to run. You know how this goes. Thursdays and Fridays, Big Zeus has other affairs to tend to. But I listen up, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoy what I was able to do. I got in and punched in and did what I needed to do, sent Scott where he came from. But One thing I want to say is this: Scott is on his way straight to hell. He doesn't understand that he's on that same train that all those 1,600 people that went to the Capitol on January 6th were on, who ended up getting criminally charged. Scott doesn't understand that. Listen, you see what's happening to Michael Bolton. Remember Mark Meadows? Remember Michael Coe and all these people who sniffed Donald Trump's diaper and allowed themselves to become vessels of transgression. It's ultimately going to happen to you. All right. It's truly what I call the ultimate MAGA reward. And a lot of you are hellbound and you will get it. All right. So I'm not worried about it. I'll just keep doing what I do. I'll play that track. Okay. Yeah. They say play that track that I played yesterday. All right. Hold on. All right. My sister Kabira. Yes. Yes. You said you wanted to come up here and say something real quick, sis. Can I help you? Are you there, Kabira?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, I am. Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Hey, you know what I'll say about? Are we on delay?
I think it's my connection.
What I'll say about? What I'll say about John Bolton is this: he was in the Trump administration. He left. He talked bad about Trump. And they asked him, I remember watching interviews. So they said, are you going to vote Kamala? Oh, never. No. I'm still going to vote Trump. And what did he do? Stabbed him dead in the back.
Thank you.
Michael Cohen on that Trump train. Everything Trump that's associated with Trump. What was it? Miles Tyler, right? He was with the Department of Homeland Security. Trump is looking for him too. But he was in the Trump administration. A lot of these people who were in the Trump administration that spoke badly of how he handled his business, he's going after him. I mean, this is ridiculous. But they voted for this guy.
And they're going to get it.
They voted for this guy. Anybody who can think clearly, could see this was coming. But as my grandmother would say, poor old somebody somewhere. So I'm laughing. I mean, you can't feel bad for somebody you can't feel bad for somebody who wanted his 18 indictments. He wanted his 18 indictments. He knew how Trump was, so he should have went on and voted for Kamala. He should have did it. I don't want communism. Come on, Michael Bolton, you know better.
Yeah, John Bolton, I get it.
But anyway, little brother, I'm going to let you go because, he's confused. But I'm going to let you go, little brother, because I know you're trying to get out of here. No, go.
All right. Well, listen. All right.
I got to get out of here too.
All right. Thank you. There's a delay. Ladies and gentlemen, again, I got to get up out of here, but I want to give all of you who tuned in this morning a huge round of applause. All right, especially the subscribers, gifters, moderators, and panelists, because without you, this show wouldn't be what it is: entertaining, engaging, and definitely incredible, or you know what I mean. And the last thing I want to do is give the last round of boos and shames to all the Zeus haters out there, and they know exactly who they are. They get up here and they make up lies, misinformation, and disinformation. Creative Inc. Studios, thank you, champ. Don't worry, I think you need to send me a shirt still if you're into that business. I appreciate it. I also want to say, let's give them one last round of boos and shame. Lord have mercy. No King's Day. Yes on Prop 50.
Silence. All right. You MAGA Daily.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, on that note, we are out of here. Take care. Have a great rest of your weekend, all right?
Yeah. Gotta wake the chain up. Get injected with some power. Pull some strings. Level up like a king.
We're out of here.
Came from the trenches, now we ballin' at the top. Rizzler energy, presidential, watch the ops. Drip too saucy, got the fit, hitting real different. 1600 on the throne, out here looking brilliant. No speedy, I'ma go full sharper than a blade. 4 attacks, make these clowns pay for all the shade. Bustin' moves, no mid, got the game in a choke. Eating the doubt, now my legacy hitting instant spoke. From the Bay to DC, I keep them on their toes. Level up,
be safe out there.
Watch the empire grow. Ghosted all the fakes, now my circle A1. Move it 100, this race is already ones. Bet I'm dripping, got the power vision crystal clear. Thick with ambition, yeah, making history right here. Ops talking wild, but they cannot touch the throne. Posted in the Oval Office, trap it in the zone. Past the hate, got my foot on the gas. I'm bulletproof, yeah, my aura is built to last. Slack, grip the plan, moving chest, line checkers. Presidential flex, got my game on the necklace. Level up, we taking over the spot. Drip too clean, get it poppin'. We ain't gon' never stop. No cap, we live here. On 1,000, 100, 1,605 presidential, we found it. Posted in the Capitol, moving like I own the block. Riz game presidential, got the nation in a lock. Got the image, yeah, 100, no facade. Drip celestial, shining brighter than a star. Bet I'm calling shots, got the vision, HD clear. Slack with the moves, turn the dreams into chandeliers. Ops stay lurking, but they folding under all the pressure. 1,600, I'm the one flexing, I'm the new successor. Stacking legacy bricks, every bar's a new crown. Trap soul in the White House, DC is the town. Woke up in the mansion, views from the East Wing prime. Presidential, residential, got the poles and the climb. No cap, I'm the vibe, came to calm in the storm. Got the glow,
Where do you come up with
like
this
I'm
stuff?
reading out a song. Ops trying to glitch, but my code is unbreakable. Skibidi through the storm, legacy unshakable. Rolling through the air, got the city in my grip. Hitting real potent, make the whole world flip. Busting off the charts, got the game in the trance. Drip 280, yeah, make you wanna dance. Level up, we taking over the spot. Drip too clean, get it poppin', we ain't gon' never stop. No cap, we live, yeah. Flow on 1,000, 100, 1,605 presidential, we found it.
All right, we're out of here. No, it hasn't. This song hasn't came out yet. It's going to be on the album when I drop it. 1,600 Pennsylvania Ave. Just a little.